The transgender participation rules have been set now for Illinois high schools. The executive director calls them slight changes to IHSA policy. Good Friday evening. I'm Tyler Lopez.
And I'm Amber Kriska. We told you earlier this week that the organization will decide on a case-by-case basis whether to let transgender athletes compete as they identify themselves as opposed to their biological sex. Now, Craig Anderson says the policy has been in place for more than a decade. But in June of this year, the board approved a slight change. Following that, they made even more modifications with legal counsel and the Attorney General's office. Families and students have to work with their local school administration and provide documentation to support their gender identity and transition.
Those documents will then be reviewed for ultimately a decision on whether to allow the student to compete when their gender is the opposite of their birth assignment. The new changes add additional information about the types of documentation that can be submitted, including letters from psychologists and psychiatrists.
We would request any medical documentation, could be working with a physician, could be working with counselors, psychiatrists, psychologists, letters or narratives from those individuals regarding the length of time the student has been working with.
He went on to say their goal is to be inclusive while at the same time protecting the integrity of high school sports.